So some days back, I actually tried to do a beta launch on my course. It is called How to Build a Sales Funnel for Free Without Spending a Dime. So it's basically building a sales funnel without even spending anything at all. So from there, I was figuring out, okay, what else can I do to improve my course, since that was my first beta launch for this course. So my name is Bernard C here from the MLM Engineers, and today I'll be sharing with you guys what I have learned from my beta launch and the things that I need to improve for my launch as well. So just to give a brief description of my launch. So my launch actually, because I'm trying to test my content, so I do not plan to invite a lot of people. So this time I try to invite about 10 people to help me validate, see whether the course is fine or not. So the first thing that you have to learn is that for every new content you launch, you need to make sure that you do not invite a lot of people first. You need to validate your content properly before you launch it to more people. So from there, I actually know from the 10 people, well, there is feedback telling me that the course is good and very clear and concise, which is what I want. I want to keep things very simple. So if your course is very complicated, it depends on your target audience. If your target audience is at beginner level, then you have to create a course such that it is suitable for beginner levels as well. So the second thing that I have to actually consider is the time zone itself, because this is my first beta launch of that course. So when it comes to setting the time, have faced some difficulty in setting the time zone properly, since my audience can be from people everywhere in the world. But the thing that I learned is that it is okay to not being able to fit in everyone's schedule, because most of the because you cannot, it's impossible to actually get a perfect time for everyone to fit in that particular time. Because if you record it at night, let's say in Asia in night, then people at the Europe side or even the America side, they could not watch the video live as well, because they'll probably be working as well. So their side probably morning time. So when it comes to this thing, you have to really set the time properly. So try to focus on setting the time that where you yourself are available the most, because that is the best that you can do to actually accommodate everyone. And you have to make sure that you give people enough time to watch the replay as well, because not everyone can watch the video live. You have to remember that probably people from the same place as you can watch the live, since the time zone is not big. But if the time zone is big, then you have to really consider that that they may not be able to watch it live. Sometimes they may be busy doing something else, so on and so forth. So you have to make sure that your live must be interesting, not only during the live session itself, and also during when people do the replay. So that is the thing that I have learned myself, that I need to make sure that the live session that I build must be as engaging as possible. Because this is the problem that I actually found out when I do my beta launch. Maybe I drag things a bit too long and such. So I need to improve on my next beta launch on the content wise. So which leads me to the third point. So the third point is that your live session, try not to drag it for too long, unless you really have a lot of content that you want to share. So, or maybe you have something that can keep your audience as engaged as possible. So for my case, my live session wasn't that consistent. Some of the live session maybe last about 30 to 40 minutes. Some of them maybe 2 hours. Some of them you go back again to 30 minutes. So from there is an inconsistent live session duration. So what you have to aim here is that you have to aim your live session to make it as consistent as possible. So to do so, try to give your audience an upfront notification, such that they have to make sure they can allocate that much of time. So you have to give them how much time they will need from them, so that they can learn from you more effectively. So more people will actually be staying live with you during the session and actually watch your presentation. So that is the best case scenario. You have to keep as many live viewers as possible, because those people who watch replay, they may not engage with your content that effectively anymore, because that was not a live session. So one of the fourth thing that I learned is that maybe 10 people was not enough. Perhaps I need to get more people for my next launch, perhaps 20 people or 50 people. But the benefit of me getting very little people is that I can validate my content. I'm more confident in my content such that my content can deliver actual value to people, and that is the best case scenario. So for you, if let's say this is your first launch on your new product, then it's best that keep it the number of people as low as possible. But as long as you relaunch over time, especially when your product actually or service actually gains attraction, then you have to actually allow more people to come in to actually watch the video live. So there need to be multiple methods to actually encourage people to join you live session as well. Especially before the actual live session, you need to make better preparations in gathering more people to attend your live. So you need to build out that hype among your target market such that they are eager to watch the live, your live on the day during the day it's launched. Okay. So the fifth point I learned is that my message intention may not be strong, because when it comes to this, especially when you are trying to do something free and you try to upsell somewhere in between, my tonality and my message is not that strong. So when it comes to that's what I learned from my recent launch, is that your intention needs to be strong. And of course, to show respect to all prospects, what I did is I let them know that I have a special offer in that particular day of my course. Since my course is a multiple day course, so I let them know in advance that in this day I'll have something awesome for them, so that they actually build them the suspense that they're trying to figure out what I'm actually trying to offer to them, something like that. So if let's say your live session is probably a 1 day live session, then perhaps you will need to let them know the moment you are reaching that offer session as well, or you try to build up or make them realize that they need a solution to solve their problem that you have mentioned throughout that session. All right. And also number 6, some things that I learned is that the content, I need to be more detailed a bit, because I realized that I may have missed out some important points in between, and also try to improve my content as well. So if let's say you are doing digital marketing coaching, or maybe a business coach and stuff, always review your content properly, because if you did not review your content properly, then there's a high chance that people may get bored of the content, or sometimes they may even complain your content does not deliver enough value to them, and end up they may see you as someone not so professional. So you have to remember that always review your content every launch. So once you finish the launch, check back your content again. Observe their feedback, which part of the content the person is not satisfied, or maybe would need more improvement, especially the part that people are not so clear about what you're trying to deliver to them. So from there, try to improve it as much as you can, but not too much to the extent that it includes some of your paid offers, and that is actually not fair to yourself as well. Okay. And finally, the 7th point that I want to share with you guys is that you need to practice your closing skill. Even myself, my closing skill wasn't perfect as well. Sometimes I may lose my energy, the tonality halfway during the closing, and that was really not good, because it didn't build up enough hype for my prospects as well. And so furthermore, when it comes to just 10 people, the traffic is already very low. Trying to build a hype with just 10 people is actually super difficult, unless I have already pre-educate them and actually let them know that my brand is strong and that I'm very trustworthy. Then it's a different story. But since I'm doing it to 10 random strangers, then that can be very challenging for me to actually get their attention and actually watch my content, and finally my offer, listen to my offer as well. Okay, so these are the things that I have learned during my beta launch, and the things that I need to improve as well. Total will be about 7, if I'm not mistaken. And if you have more questions, please answer the comment. Please leave them in the comment below, so that I will help you to answer the questions whenever I'm free. And furthermore, if this is your first time watching this video, please do click the subscribe button at the right bottom corner of the screen. And if you are actually listening through my podcast, then please do follow my podcast as well, because since I will be creating an MP3 version for it as well. And if you are reading my blog and somehow come across this video, then that's actually good as well. Just try to follow my blog. It's about the same as well. So I usually try to accommodate different types of content, different types of publishing method with the same content, so that you can choose which type of delivery will be the best for you. And of course, you let me know which type of delivery method suits you the best. Then I'll try to accommodate that delivery method specifically for you guys. Okay, so this is Bernard C here once again signing off, and I wish you guys stay safe, stay healthy at home, especially during the lockdown period for certain countries. And finally, last but not least, till then, take care and stay tuned for my next episode. Okay, right, bye guys.